Hi, this is our first class for core Java programming. Let's start. So, in this class, what we learn about is we learn about what is the Java, what is meant by Java, and why it is a popular programming language right now, and then what's other concepts in Java, like why it is made popular, because you can write a Java code in one platform and you can write in any of platforms by using the concept of bytecode. Next is the main core of Java programming language, that is Java object orientation concepts. Then the basic object orientation concepts include three things here, that is inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. And then how any programming language will have a set of uh, keywords and different data types and different kind of operations that you can perform in a programming language. Those are defined by the data types and operations. Okay. Let's see what is Java here. Okay, so when we look at any programming language, so what is programming language? Means programming language is something that a human writes, and the system will convert it into a set of instructions that can be understood by the machine. Then the machine will understand the instructions and it will execute. So what you write is in programming language, such as C, C++, Java, Ruby, etc. So these are the language that a human writes, but what actually the language that is understood by a machine, I mean the computer understands only assembly language. So how do we bridge a gap between what a human can understand and what a computer can understand? So what happens is, when you write a program, for example, if you are writing a program in Java, so let's start with Java here only. So when we write a program in Java, so what you do is that you use a set of keywords, data types, and operations. Assume that in a real world, what happens is that you want to purchase a new car and you wanted to check different price of each of the car, and then you want to pick based on your budget. Okay, so that is a criteria, that's a real-time example here. Okay, so what we do is that what you are looking for is a vehicle, right? So vehicle, my vehicle. Okay, so null means, for example, you have nothing earlier but you just wanted to have a vehicle, correct? So let's say that null means there is nothing. Then what you do is that you wanted to check your budget, and what is your budget? For example, it's a number, your budget is a number. Then say like my budget equal to like just 4 lakhs here, that's your budget. And you want to look at all different kind of you want to visit different showrooms and find whichever car is fits in your budget and you want to purchase it. Okay, so here what you do is that you have a budget, and then there's another, like, okay, if you see, like, for example, you are going and visiting showroom, and here what happens is that showroom is a class, for example. Okay, in Java world we define like this, showroom, and then in the showroom we have different list of cars. Okay, car, then is like car 1, um, 1, then car 2, car 3, for example. Okay, and each car is having its own price. So for example, its price is like 4 lakh 1000, and this is having 3 lakh 90, and then you do that 5 lakhs for example. Okay, then what happens is you go into the showroom and look for uh, the car which falls in your budget. So what you do is that you, in a real world, you go to the showroom and you tell him that this is my budget, and show me the car which fits in my budget. So here what you do is like you are going to a showroom. So here you write like showroom dot once you provide him your budget, so what he does is that he will look into his own cars list, and whichever is applicable he will return it to you. So it is like he's performing an operation there. What is that operation? The operation is comparing it with a list of cars that he has and providing you a result which falls in your budget. So, and what is your input? Your input is budget here. Okay, so here what he does is that we write a method that says find matching car with budget. Okay, example. So here you are going to showroom and you are calling it, and then you are passing the budget. So that is 40 lakh. And when here when you receive a budget, when a customer says like, okay, I have just 4 lakhs of budget, so what he does is that he will look into his list of cars. Car 1 price is greater than, budget here, right? Budget. Okay, then car 2 price okay. So here if you see, only car 2 is falling under your budget. So the response from this method from the showroom will be like, okay, so only car 2 is matching your criteria, so this is the one you need to look at it. So car 2. So in a programming language, so when this thing happens, so this is returning you a car. Okay, this is returning you a vehicle, that is car. Okay, so this is like what car it is? This is car 2 you are getting. So this is like a comparison of a real world scenario with a programming language, and we use different keywords, for example like equals and sorry, not equals, like a number here that we given here. Okay, or we will say that I want a new car, something like that, with different keywords, for example like new, okay, integer, character, decimal, float number, byte, or different things. All these keywords are useful for writing effective programming language for us. So programming language, Java programming language, gives us a list of keywords which makes our life easy in achieving real-time functionality. So coming back to this programming language and assembly language. So how assembly language means? Assembly language means that it will have its own set of instructions. For example, the instructions code is 1 2 3 4, means it has to jump to a particular memory location or something. Then it will execute the next instruction code that will be like for example like this. So here everything that you write here, for example you wrote vehicle equal to new vehicle. Okay, so when this line is executed, what it does is that it gives an instruction in assembly language to the computer. So what it means that, okay, I want a vehicle and allocate a reference in my memory because I will be purchasing a vehicle in future, so I want to ensure that there has to be a reference created in memory. Okay, that's what this statement says. So this is applicable in all programming languages, but there is a difference in between like all these programming languages. So there is a concept such as like a low level programming language and high level programming language. Okay. What is meant by low level programming language? A perfect low level programming language means assembly language. Low language refers to the depth to which we speak to the computer in its own language. So assembly language is the language in which actually the computer understands. So that is a perfect low level language. Next, can you see there are other languages such as C, for example. C has got pointers. So pointers actually refers to the memory locations. So you will have access to the memory locations. You will know what actually is the reference number there and everything. Okay. So then C is also considered a low level language. So what is actually a high level language? Java is considered as one of the high level language. So why? So in Java, when you are a Java programmer, you do not have to know about the memory allocations done by the computer. What you need to know is that how to create different objects, how to create different instances, how to write methods and how to use them, how to ensure that your program runs successfully without worrying about the memory allocations of the computer which are done internally. So Java is considered a high level language. However, Java is not a perfect high level language. So there are other languages too, such as Ruby. Okay, let's stick with Java here. So what happens in Java is that you write a program. Assume that this is a program here, like we wrote vehicle number and vehicle car or something. Then when you write everything, what Java provides is that when you write a program, you can compile into a class file. So what is that? Means Java, any programming language, for example, comes with a development kit. Okay. So in case of Java, it is Java development kit. So people call it as JDK. So what JDK will have? JDK will have a set of libraries, group of keywords and everything, which helps you to write a Java program. Then using JDK, you compile the program. So when you compile a program, it actually creates a .class file, which is actually a bytecode. Then when this bytecode is created, this bytecode has to be executed on a computer. So when you write a program and you expect an output, so when you write a program, it is converted into a .class file after you compile it. Then the .class file has to be run on your machine. So how it is run is that we will have a runtime environment. We call that as runtime environment, and short form is JRE. So what JRE will contain? JRE will contain JVM and a set of libraries. So whatever the class file that you created has to be run in JRE. So when you run in JRE, what happens is your program will actually be run on Java virtual machine. So JVM stands for Java virtual machine. So okay, let's revamp like whatever we said so far. So you need JDK to write your programming language, to write your Java program, and to compile it. So once you compile it, .class file will be created, and the .class file will contain a bytecode which has to be executed you in the runtime environment. That runtime environment is JRE, and in JRE contains JVM as well as a set of libraries. So your original code will run on Java virtual machine with the help of set of libraries. So this is like just an introduction how Java works. But next concept is write once, run anywhere. Concept of bytecode. So, okay. So I said your program runs in Java virtual machine, and for example I'm using Windows. Okay, if you see here, the thing is your program is not actually running on the OS, it is running on its own virtual machine, Java virtual machine. So wherever this Java virtual machine can exist, your program can run successfully irrespective of the OS on the machine. So here if I have Windows, what happens is I install Java, and that will have its own virtual machine, Java virtual machine, and my program runs only on Java virtual machine. So it doesn't care about Windows, Mac or whatever. So that is the reason that Java comes with its own uh, uh, platform to run. So whatever the platform that you use currently, such as like Windows, Mac, Solaris, Unix, it doesn't matter. Java can run anywhere. Next, that's what about this write once and run everywhere anywhere concept. Then coming to the object orientation concepts. So what is meant by an object? In Java programming, an object means uh, it is having a okay. Object refers to an instance of a class. So in Java, what is exactly means by a class? So when compare with, let's have a glance at the real world, and then let's make a comparison between a real world and Java programming language. So here, for example, if I say like I have a vehicle, I want a vehicle. Okay, so you have some idea of what is meant by a vehicle. Okay, so what all vehicle can perform, and what all vehicle can have, and what are its attributes and all that. So here I have a vehicle, what it can do. Let's write attributes, what all attributes it has. Okay, it is having wheels, it is having an engine, it is having what else, a horn, doors, etc. Then what all functions it can do? Okay, it can do transport, can do transportation. Yeah, what else it can do? Transport, for shipping. Okay, for example. So these are the different functions that a vehicle can do. So what we do in Java world is that we define a class for Java. So what we say is that class vehicle. Okay, in this one we have wheels, we have engine, these are different attributes we define, and then like we have doors. Okay, then we have different functions too, such as transport people. Okay, then ship, okay, sorry, ship luggage, for example. Okay, so this is the class. So when you say vehicle, these are the things you have in your mind, and that's how we defined our own class. Then what we do is that for that vehicle, so with that concepts of vehicle, like what are the different functionalities, what is the attributes that it have, we actually construct a vehicle, right? So in the same way, what we do is that we create our own vehicle. So meaning we are creating an instance of it. So when you use this kind of keyword like new vehicle or something, then a new instance of the vehicle is created, which means a object of vehicle is created. So it means you are actually, a car exists there, a vehicle exists there. Okay, so a new object is created. Then in Java programming language, everything is an object, so you perform operations on different objects. So for example, if you are the person who is purchasing a vehicle, it means in Java world you yourself also an object. So what you do is that in Java programming language, human, you are human1 equal to new human, and then if this human is actually purchasing something, then he will have, it means he's performing an operation such as human dot purchase of what? He's purchasing a vehicle, correct? I'm just passing a reference here, don't mind. So what I wanted to say is that here at least you, for example, if a human is trying to purchase something, he has to provide an input like what kind of thing that he has to purchase. So that's why I'm giving a object here. Okay, this is the my vehicle, and that's how he purchases the vehicle. So that's how, like, in everything in Java is a Java program, in Java is a object. Yeah. And next, in the object orientation concept, so everything is these are the three things here, that is called inheritance, polymorphism, and abstraction. So these are the key things. So when it comes to inheritance, uh, um, as of now I stop here. So what I wanted to say more things is that in my class I wanted to use a Wacom pen tablet so that I can draw it instead of writing it here like this. I wanted to draw you on the screen, and just like we draw on the whiteboard, so that you can have a clear understanding and do not have to spend time writing this unnecessary code. That's how I want to use it. I want to use Wacom tablet, pen tablet, and one more thing is that we will use piazza.com. We use that for managing our class online, where I can share the material with you, and you can ask questions, and I can provide assignments, everything. So so that's how we like to manage the class. So go through this, and if you think of any improvements to be made, let me know, and I will proceed accordingly. Yeah, thank you.